was up for a little lab work. I was recently sent a link by one of my German-speaking contacts online. He stated to me that it was about experimentation and that I should make a video about it. He also said I would be really interested in position 7. Immediately, I'm thinking German influence, experimentation, alternate positions. This should be kinky. Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Simon Whistler, you're watching Top 10's Net, and in the video today we're looking at the top 10 thought experiments that will mess with your brain.
I am so disappointed. Okay, let's see what he was on about.
Number 7. The famous violinist. One morning, you wake up in an unfamiliar place in an incredible amount of pain. That's when you notice that you are lying back to someone. As you're coming to, a strange man enters your field of vision and says that he is from the Society of Music Lovers. The woman you are back to back with is a famous violinist, and she was dying because of a kidney ailment, the man says. We looked over medical records and found that you were a match to save her life. We kidnapped you, and through the surgery, we connected your kidneys. If you disconnect from each other, the violinist will die, but if you wait 9 months, the violinist should be able to survive on her own. You are taken to the hospital, and the staff say that it is a real shame what happened to you and they would have stopped the surgery before it happened had they known about it. But since the violinist was already attached to your back and removing her would kill her, she is now your responsibility for at least 9 months.
Well, my immediate response is that if this were to happen in any Western country, as the technology would only be available here, then you would have hit the motherlode. The medical malpractice lawsuit would set you up for life. Not to mention damages, pain and suffering, etc. You would be lying there with millions in your account.
Should you give up 9 months of your life to support the violinist? Is it your responsibility? What if it wasn't just 9 months? What if the violinist was reliant on you for the rest of your life? What if having her attached to your back shortened your life? What obligation, if any, do you have to the life of the violinist?
What if? In reality, you can what if from here to eternity on this scenario, and you would most probably still be wrong about the actual outcome. No one comes into life knowing where they are going, what will happen to them, or what they will ultimately become. Yes, there are people who strive hard to achieve aims and objectives and reach goals, but most of these people struggle and fail. All we can really do is learn from the past, plan for the present, and hope for the future.
This thought experiment is the basis for the feminist essay A Defense of Abortion by Judith Jarvis Thompson. The bizarre scenario is meant to give a different perspective on the rights of women when it comes to an abortion, especially in the cases of rape or when the mother's life would be shortened by going through with the pregnancy.
Wait, what?
This thought experiment is the basis for the feminist essay A Defense of Abortion by Judith Jarvis Thompson. The bizarre scenario is meant to give a different perspective on the rights of women when it comes to an abortion, especially in the cases of rape or when the mother's life would be shortened by going through with the pregnancy.
This is supposed to be an abortion argument. This moron is seriously comparing human centipeding a violinist to carrying a baby to term? How does that even make sense? Why a violinist? Obviously, the person proposing this thought experiment believes that violins will get you nowhere. I wonder what that says about feminist attitude to music and culture. Yeesh, you could be analyzing everything wrong with this for months. Let's try break this down. You wake up surgically attached to another human being. Progress, at least they're now admitting unborn babies are humans. And you have been told that if you remain in this state for 9 months, you will most likely save a life and slam dunk a lawsuit. The writer, on the other hand, is griping about potential problems that might occur in the future, so therefore, screw the violinist. I am not even going to go into the levels of selfishness exposed here. There are literally groups whose sole purpose for existence is to live to save even just one life. I'm not even going to touch on the religious side. Let's just consider the fire service. All active members on the fire service choose to put themselves in potentially dangerous situations to save as many lives as they reasonably can. Here's a fun irony. The majority of firefighters in all places in all countries are the so-called evil, vile, patriarchal males. And in this case, it's the self-righteous feminist who comes across as morally bankrupt. One commenter on this video wrote, "The context of this scenario would be greatly altered if you had said the violinist in question was your biological child." I would say this thought experiment teaches us about the dangers of fiddling. wait, I got a better one. The likelihood of this scenario occurring drops to zero if you keep your hands away from the piccolo. Tell you what, I want everyone to come up with a comment for this and write them below so we can spam them on Modwayne's live stream tomorrow. I'm gonna get in so much trouble with this. To end this, I will admit he was right to send this to me. Slan.